So Tom, if you could introduce yourself a little bit and then just start with your presentation today.
Hello, Tom. It's a pleasure to be here for me and be a part of the Java Refactoring Day 2021. I'm the CEO of the Austrian Innovation and Consulting Group, and I'm working with the G-Sparrow tool. And I am one of the persons which starts to declare the G-Sparrow tool to the other companies. I'm based in Austria, and my theme today is digital transformation. Well, the question is, what is digital transformation? Digital transformation is the integration of digital technology into all areas of a business, fundamentally changing how you operate and deliver value to customers. It's also a cultural change that requires organizations to continually challenge the status quo, experiment, and get comfortable with failures. Digital transformation is imperative for all businesses, from the small to the enterprises. That message comes through loud and clear from seemingly every keynote, panel, discussion, article, or study related to how business can remain competitive and relevant as the world becomes increasingly digital. What's not clear to many business leaders is what digital transformation really means. It's just a catchy way to say moving to the cloud. What are the specific steps we need to do? Do we need to design new jobs to help us create a framework for digital transformation, or hire a consulting service? What parts of our business strategy needs to change? Is it really worth of it? Well, some leaders feel the very term digital transformation has become so widely used, so broad, that it has become unhelpful. You may not love the term, but love it or not, the business mandates behind the term to rethink old operating models, to experiment more, to become more agile in your ability to respond to customers and rivals, aren't going everywhere. I want to answer some of the common questions around digital transformation and provide clarity specifically to CIOs and IT leaders, including lessons learned from your peers and digital transformation experts. Because technology plays a critical role in organizations' ability to evolve with the market and continually increase value to the customers. CIOs play a key role in digital transformation, of course. It's also worth noting that today's organizations are in different places on the road to digital transformation. If you are feeling stuck in your digital transformation work, you're not alone. One of the hardest questions in digital transformation is how to get over the initial humps from vision to execution. It's how to get over the initial humps from vision to execution, and it creates fear. Many CIOs and organizations think they lag far behind their peers or transformation, when that isn't the case. This year, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought new urgency to meeting digital transformation goals and forced many organizations to speed up transformation work. Yet, IT leaders continue to grapple with challenges, including budgeting, talent struggles, and culture change. Let's dig in for an advice from your peers and digital transformation experts. What is digital transformation? Because digital transformation will look different for every company. It can be here to pinpoint a definition that applies to all. However, in general terms, we define digital information as the integration of digital technology into all areas of business, resulting in the fundamental changes to how business operate and how they deliver value to customers. Beyond that, it's a cultural change that requires organizations to continually challenge the status quo, experiment often, and get comfortable with failures. This sometimes means walking away from a long-standing business process that companies were built upon in favor of relatively new practices that are still being defined. Digital transformation should begin with a problem statement, a clear opportunity, or an aspirational goal. The why of your organization's digital transformation may be around improving customer experience, reducing frictions, increasing productivity, or elevating profitability, for example. Or if it's an aspirational statement, it may revolve around becoming the absolute best to the business with, utilizing enabled digital technologies that were unavailable years ago. Leaders think about what digital transformance will mean in practice to your company and how you will articulate it. Digital is a load word that means many things to many people. We talk about automating operations, about people, and about new business models. Wrapped inside those topics are data analytics technologies and software, all of which are enablers, not drivers. In the center of it all is leadership and culture. And you could have all those things, the customer view, the products and services, data, and really cool technologies. But if leadership and culture aren't at the heart, it fails. Understanding what digital means to your company, whatever you are, a financial, agricultural, pharmaceutical, or retail institution, it's essential. Say digital to one person and they think of going paperless, another may think of data analytics and artificial intelligence, another may picture agile teams, and yet another may think of open plan offices. Digital is a hot mess of a word and discusses a lot of grief in organizations. Imagine ordering a hamburger over and over and getting everything from a hot dog to a chicken sandwich to Caesar salad. Leaders need to be fully aware of this reality as they frame conversations around digital transformation. So why does digital transformation matter? A business may take on digital transformation for several reasons, but by far the most likely reason is that they have to. It's a survival issue. In the wake of the pandemic, an organization's ability to adapt quickly to supply chain disruption, time to market pressure, and rapidly changing customer expectations expectations has become critical. And spending priorities reflect this reality. According to the May 2020 International Data Corporation, the IDC, spending on the digital transformation of business practices, products and organizations continues at a solid pace despite the challenges presented by the COVID-19 pandemic. IDC forecasts that the global spending on DX technologies and services will grow 10.4% in 2020 to $1.3 trillion. That compares to 70.9% growth in 2019, but remains one of the few bright spots in a year characterizing by dramatic reductions in overall technology spending. At the recent MIT Sloan CIO Symposium Series event, IT leaders agreed that consumers' behavior has quickly shifted in many ways since the start of the pandemic. Sandy Pentland, the professor of the MIT Media Lab, described how optimized automated systems in areas like supply chain management broke down when faced with the rapid shifts in both demand and supply. A reality that just about everyone has faced on a personal level in the pandemic. I think it is very necessary to have tools which are refactoring automatically, because for these situations, these tools are built and they are very practicable for it. It's early to guess which long-term consumer behavior change will stick. However, the consumer side, digital has been accelerating in just about all categories. An important factor to watch will be the degree to which force change. 3 out of 4 Americans tried a new shopping behavior, for example, will revert when possible, post today's emphasis on staying in places. McKinsey data shows that the accelerated shift towards streaming and online fitness is likely to stay permanently. But the biggest shifts were around food. Both home cooking and online grocery shopping, a category that has been generally resistant to getting moved online, will probably stay more popular with consumers than in the past. Cashless transactions are also gaining steam. On the B2B side, McKinsey data shows remote selling is working. Rapid experimentation. All IT executives in today's say the pace of change. That's the existential issue at stake in today's digitally infused times, where bold actions must actively supported by out-of-the-box experimentations and pathfindings. This must be done while managing the inexorable daily drumbeat of operational issues, service delivery, and the distraction vagaries of the unpracticable, such as major cyber attacks or information breach. Improving customers' experience has become a crucial and thus a crucial part of digital transformation. This will be the most important discriminating factor for how a business will perform. How has the COVID-19 pandemic changed digital transformation? We've seen the COVID crisis rapidly reshape both that what and how of companies' digital transformation agendas. Take employee experience, for example. Even as employee experience has become a key term in the HR community, in IT circles, this notion had been getting a mixed reception, sometimes stereotyped as spoiled employees expecting best-in-class consumer grade tech on shoestring budgets. Today, with a vast portion of the workforce now remote, employee experience of digital technology has gone from nice to have to the only way work gets done. Sorry. The only way work gets done. Consequently, it's getting to problem-solving focus it likely long deserved. Some other areas of digital transformation efforts that COVID-19 pushed higher and CIO's agenda. Furthering the reach of customer supports via tools including chatbots, automation tools like GSparrow for resilience reasons, radical house cleaning of redundant and content. In response to the pandemic, CIOs have also embraced the notation that the perfect is the enemy of the good. Nothing silence and individuals are on and organizations in a perfectionist like a full-blown crisis. In response to dramatic disruption, many organizations have undergone a healthy renegotiation of their relationship to digital technology, prioritizing, hey, it works. After years of slaving over this initiative, we have assembled the. So what does a digital transformation framework look like? All thought digital transformation will vary widely based on organizations' specific challenge and demands. There are few contents and common terms among existing case studies and published frameworks that all business and technology leaders should consider as they embark on digital transformation. For instance, these digital transformations elements are often cited: customer experience, operational agility, culture and leadership, workforce enable, digital technology integrating with refactoring tools. While each guide has its own recommendations and varying steps of considerations, CIOs should look for those important shared terms when developing their own digital transformation strategy. Well, so I hope you are interested now more in this theme, and maybe if you have some questions, I will look for answers now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, that's a pretty good. That was a pretty good talk. I totally agree. Digital transformation is one of the biggest topics nowadays, especially after this crazy year. And as Siri already said, this is one of the biggest parts of digital transformation. Yeah, I think all the speaking apps are when you speak and you say something, I think this is going to be huge in the next year. So, and I also think that this is one of the biggest parts for digital transformation. So yeah, open for every question. If not, afterwards you will also have time to ask.